G'day Tiger fans, today we're at the 2011 AFL Combine at Etihad Stadium. We have one of Richmond's recruiters, Matt Clark, with us. Matt, big couple of days for you guys.
Yeah, it is, AC. It's a really important time for us to get to know the kids and get to see what their physical attributes are, and their also some psychological testing that they'll do. So we've watched them play for 12 months, some of them 2 years, 3 years with under 16s and under 18s. So it's the final piece in the puzzle almost after watching them play all year.
What sort of testing are they actually doing here this week?
Yeah, they'll do a lot of physical testing. Obviously, there'll be some sprint testing, agility testing, jumping to test their vertical leap, standing and running jumping. They'll also do some aerobic testing with a beep test, a 3K run. They'll also do some psychological testing to test their reaction times and also a general personality profile.
Are you looking for anything specific in those testings, or is it just an all-round sort of athlete that you look for, or different little things?
Yeah, we don't tend to look too specific into it. Obviously our game is based around endurance, so probably the beep test and the 3K run is really important for AFL football. The sprint test and the agility testing is obviously important, but we watch them play so many times that we don't take too much into some of the times. They generally correlate to what we see on the footy field, so we're not ruling them out on specific testing, that's for sure.
And how big of a process is the one-on-one interviews that you guys do with the players, sort of behind closed doors after all this testing's done?
Yeah, we find at draft camp that's the most important part for us is the interview process. Like I said, we watch the kids play. We might have a database of 40 games for individual players where we've analysed them to the nth degree on their football stuff. We get their data from their testing here, but the interview process is really important to get to know the kids. We speak to a lot of kids here. We might speak to 50 kids here at draft camp, but we've already spoken to quite a few at home, and we'll do a lot of our priority kids at home. We only get to spend sort of 20 minutes with the kids here, but when we can go out to their homes, meet their parents and the family, we might spend an hour and a half in their lounge rooms and get to know them really well.
Is it fairly wide-ranging what you're looking for in those interviews with the prospective draftees?
Yeah, we're obviously looking for the really driven and motivated kids that are going to make themselves the best. There are obviously a lot of talented kids here, and obviously they're here for a reason because they've actually got genuine football talent. But in the interviews, we're actually looking for those really driven and motivated kids. Those are the guys that will get themselves to be AFL players and be the best. A lot of these guys are going to be very good footballers, but whether they're going to be the elite players is what we're looking for. Comes out in the interview process when we speak to them.
And do you consider the Combine as the last piece of the puzzle, all the work you've done all year looking at these kids? Is this the last time you can actually get to know them, see their testing before you actually have to make some calls on draft day?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've still got a little bit of time before the draft, so there'll be some abnormalities thrown up from the draft camp in testing-wise, and maybe some of the interviews where we might be concerned that we might need to speak to the kids again. But yeah, it's generally the last piece in the puzzle. Obviously, the main part of the kids is their football ability, and we watch them play in all those games. So the draft camp data probably makes up maybe 10 or 15% of our decision at the end of the day. So, but like we said, the interview process is really important to find out what sort of kids these guys are.
Just finally, this will be an exciting time of year for you. And some potentially new kids coming in like they do every year, and just a bit of a buzz around what you guys do and finishing off your job that you've done all year.
Yeah, definitely. It's you watch these kids so closely all year, and you tend to feel like you know them really well, but you actually haven't met them personally. So to actually meet them and build a bit of a relationship with them, and you tend to find those kids that are a bit more outgoing will come up to you externally, apart from the interview, and have a bit of a chat. So yeah, no, we really enjoy this time of the year to meet the kids and find out what they want to be at the next level.
Good luck at the Combine, and thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks, guys.